Hey, good morning, everybody. It's time for Morning Manna, and it's the day after Christmas. It's the day after Christmas. And what happens this day? What happens this week, typically during Christmas or the week after or the day after Christmas? If you already know, put it in the chat area. I want to just have a little conversation about what we typically do on this time right after Christmas. That's what we're going to share. Returns. How about that? Returns. Let's just greet some folk and then we're going to get right into this morning. Man, it's really been a good Christmas. I don't know about you, but I had a wonderful Christmas. How about you all? A good Christmas? Did you have a good Christmas? I know I did. The fam and I, we had things and got all kind of gifts. Got all kind of gifts. First lady and the family and everybody. What about you? What about you? Put it in the chat area. Put it in the chat area. Good morning, Brenda. How are you? Good morning, Pamela. How are you? Good morning, Gloria. How are you? Good morning, Ashton. How are you? Diane, how are you on this morning? Joel, how are things down in Mississippi? Good morning, Ella, homegirl. How are you? Celestine, how was Christmas in the Green household in Rocky Mount, North Kakalaki? How was everything there? Good morning, Angela. How are you? Good morning, Anna. How are you? Gloria, how are you? Francine, how are you? How's everything? Look, before I get into all of that, before I get into that now, you got to tell me. You got to tell me what did you get? Was it good? And are you going to return it? Are you going to return it? You know that's what we do. That's what we do. We return things right after Christmas, and there's a reason why we return them. We'll talk about that in a moment. But I want to get into a couple things before we get into the manna. Now, this week, I'm pressing you. You see it on the screen. This is mynewlife.com. Now, why do I have that on there? Because it's more in 24. It's more in 24. And that's where we're going in the 24. In 2024, that's the theme for New Life. And what you need to do, you need to come along and go with us on our prayer and fasting. Our prayer and fasting, you can go and get the journal. You can download it, and I have it right on the screen. This is mynewlife.com. I'm sure they have a link for that. Now, this is what you're going to get. This is what you're going to get. And there we go. You're going to get this, and it's going to take you through the whole month. Now, not just you can do for your whole family and everybody. I want to encourage you for your family to get this, and we can pray and fast together, because in the month of January, that's going to be the guide that I'm going to use for our morning manna. That's going to be the guide that I'm going to use for our morning manna. Let me greet some more folks, and then let's jump right into it. Good morning, Kimberly. How are you on this morning? Ori, how are you on this morning? Peggy, how are you? Gloria, how are you guys on this morning? Look, there's one other thing. Bring that stupid. I think I might have left that upstairs. I'll bring that tomorrow. I don't see that. Must have left it upstairs. But anyhow, what it is, we're also going to be walking through the Bible. We're also going to be walking through the Bible, and each week, going to teach you a book in the Bible. And by the time this time next year, you will have covered and learned the entire Bible. How about that? How about that? So I need you to do that. This is mynewlife.com. It's right on the screen, and go get it. Just want to add value to you. This is what we're going to be doing all of next month. And this is what I'm going to be using for our morning manna, our morning devotion, the whole nine. All right? You ready for this? You ready? Well, I asked the question. I didn't see anybody put any answers up here. And that is, what is the thing that we do right now? You know, there was a line before Christmas. Now there's a line after Christmas in the mall, at the stores, wherever. Return. Well, that's what we're going to talk about on this morning. The text to talk, the takeaway, 5 minutes or less. Let's get right into the word. Here it is. The text is Jeremiah 31:3. I'm going to read the amplified version of that. It is God talking to Jeremiah as well as to Israel as a result of all of the things that they have done. God says this: I have loved you with an everlasting love. I'm going to compel you to myself with the love that I have. I'm going to love you with an everlasting love. Returns. Why do we return things? One, we don't want it. Two, it doesn't fit. Three, it's the wrong color. Four, I want the money instead. The bottom line, we returning it because it's rejected. But that's not what God says to Israel. Though they've done the wrong thing, they acted the wrong way. This is what the Lord said to them. I have loved you with an everlasting love. I'm not going to return you. Three things I want you to grab. One, he reconciles us with his love. It's everlasting, and therefore he reconciles us. He does not go to the store and says, I'm done with humanity or you individually. The second thing is that he recovers us. He recovers us. That goes to the third thing. He restores us. He reconciles, he recovers, he restores. With the balm from Gilead, he restores us and cleans up our sinful wounds and the mistakes we have made and the places we have gone and the things that we have said. That's what he said. I'm not going to return you. Why? Here's your takeaway this morning. Your takeaway is this. God never returns. Why? Because he redeemed us with his own son. He redeemed. Think about that. Think about that. When God went to the counter of life, he exchanged his son for you and I. Wow. And we were not worthy. And we are not worthy. But he redeemed us. So I'm not worried about being returned. And I hope you aren't either. The Lord be with you today. His face shine upon you and give you peace. Remember now, go ahead, get the devotional guide so we can be ready for next week when we jump off into more in 24. God bless you. Share the manna. Don't keep it to yourself.